Okay, one second. Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to our Kangen Disputers Weekly Meeting in Kuala Lumpur today. Today is the 24th of June in Kuala Lumpur. And we have people from around the world here. And we're very privileged today to have JV Pacifico 6810-6 from Los Angeles in the USA. And who is JV for many of you who are seeing him for the first time? This is the gentleman who got it going in the USA. So we're indeed very privileged to hear from JV today. And JV, the floor is yours. JV, I need to unmute you. Hang on one second, we're not hearing you. You have to unmute yourself, JV. Click on the unmute button.
How about that?
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you now. Yes.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Can.
All right. Hey, Sam. First of all, I would like to thank Sam and Cora for inviting me. I mean, it's such a privilege to be with you guys. You know, I mean, we've been. When Sam texted me, that was I think a month ago. I said, of course, I'll be there, Sam. You know, and because we are families, you know, and that's the beauty about Enagic, because we are family. No matter where we are at, we are connected, you know, and it's amazing. This company is so amazing. And then Sam texted me and said, hey, JB, is it okay to our theme? I want you to talk about perseverance, right? And I said, yeah, sure. And then I called back Sam this morning because my battery was dead, so I have to charge it. And I called Sam, I think it was 6 o'clock here in the morning in LA, so that'll be like 9 o'clock. And I don't know, and he said, Sam, and Sam said, oh, you're early. He said, I'm an early riser. I'm always an early riser. I mean, that's me, you know. But anyway, so I'm glad I'll be with you guys. And so we talk about how I started. Most people like I said, and it's amazing though. I try to really recall when I started, how I started. But first of all, the one that started is because my wife, by the way, my wife passed away last year, July 29. And she was an instrument how I was introduced to Enagic, you know. And during that time, that was 2004, guys. I mean, it's just like a crazy stuff, just like now, the pandemic. I already have that before. I already experienced it, you know. And my wife was sick. She was bedridden for 3 months. She didn't have a job, of course. I don't have a job either. I have 2 kids in school. My car is a junk car. And I said, wow, you know, and she's suffering every single hour, every single minute. And it's like, you know, when you hear someone, you know, your loved one who's suffering and you can do nothing at all, and it's frustrating, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, we have a problem with financial, you know, we don't have the money. We don't have the money, and our house was in the process of foreclosure. The bank wants our house. And I said to myself, man, I can't afford that. There's no way they're going to take my car, I mean my house, even my even my machine. You know what I'm saying? So because you know when I started that, guys, you know, I borrowed money just to buy the machine. And I know my friend who is right now is supposed to be my sponsor. I know she's listening right now because I invited her. And that was tough. That was really tough. And I was just looking at it. In fact, I recall how I started before, and I just to myself, wow, I can't even imagine that I survived, you know, from that day, 2004, and now, you know what I'm saying? So I said, like, wow, that is really an amazing journey. So I'm going to tell you how not really how I started, but the journey that I experienced through Enagic, right? So just imagine, I want you to guys to imagine, my wife was sick. I don't have a job either. So both I have to take care of my wife. So this, no, I have two kids who are in school, and we don't have the money. Okay, and we live off on borrowed money. We just borrow money from our friends, from relatives, even strangers. You know, just imagine people just like, hey, what's wrong, guys? And they just offer. They said, hey, why didn't you? Okay, no, you don't have to leave that house. You know. But I said to myself, wow, you know, God is good. You're always there, you know. So a friend of ours, I mean Rosie, I mean she's listening right now. She was the one who introduced the Kangen water to us, and I really don't believe her, you know. Like, but she is a friend of mine, so it's ours, you know. So I said, hey, you know, just give it a try. It doesn't matter. So my wife tries it. She feels good after 2 days, and I said to myself, wow, this is very powerful. This is really powerful product, you know. I'm really like picky about product because also I've been involved with you know, the business. Like, how many businesses I get involved? Only three. Only three businesses I get involved with, and I'm very picky about business that I want to join, right? But you know, it was just a blessing that the Enagic came to my life, because it makes a difference, completely different, you know. And that's how, like, that's why I'm still here. You know, it's like I said, hey, this is the company that really truly helps a lot of people. This is it. This is it. And said to me, this is it. So from that day on, when I saw the result, my wife, and I said to myself, this is a very powerful product. And if it helps my wife, it will help everyone out there in the world, because we all drink water, nothing else, right? But the journey itself, wow, that is something else. Guys, when I started, there is no DVDs, there's no materials that you can rely on, nothing. The machine that was introduced here, there was a DX. They call it DX, sort of five plates. It's not like what we have right now, right? You know, the DX don't even talk. I mean, it's like they wink at you. That's all it is, right? But we made it through, you know, and that's why I was like, when Sam asked me, said, JB, tell me about perseverance. I said, wow, that I was thinking, and it's really, it's tough, kind of like, what is really perseverance? What it is really? I was thinking myself, I said, I think perseverance is about tenacity. You know, when you believe in something and you get hold of it and just go for it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. So actually, I borrowed money from my friend, who is Rosie. I said, Rosie, I just need a down payment. Now, knowing that I don't have the money, not knowing that I don't have the money to pay for it, you know, the monthly payment. Knowing, I know I don't have the money, right? So anyway, she produced a week and a half later. She said, hey, JB, I have the money for a down payment. And I said, great, you know. So my wife issued a post-dated check for 10 months. Right? I don't have a bank account because I have a bad credit. I do have a bad credit. So we got that. We got the machine, you know, and then we started drinking. He started drinking. Of course, I drank the water too. And a week, I mean, 1 month after, we received a call from the office telling me that the check bounced. They said, JB, your check bounced. And I said to myself, okay, I think you got the wrong person. It's my wife's check, it's not my check. So why are you calling me? She was so very upset. She said, JB, you are the husband. I said, I know, but it's not my check. They call me, you know, because actually, guys, I don't have money at all. It's zero, zip in my bank, nothing. Nothing. Right? The following month is the same thing. She called again, and the same thing happened. But guys, I'm gonna say something. Just in case you come to LA, I'm gonna mention. I ask her permission all the time. Say, could I mention your name? She said, of course, JB. You know, you could. So you'll meet her when you come to the USA. Her name is Megumi, and her sister. They are all, you know, they are what to call this? They are twins, twins. So the other twin is Kaoro. That's run the New York office. They know me. They were the one who started, and that's why I met them. That was 2004. Okay, so they know my story actually. So anyways, guys, my check bounced. Second, third month. No, my wife checked me. The fourth month, who called me? The manager. Mr. Fukuda was the manager at the time. Now he's still with the company. They're one of the best, you know, employees there in Enache. And I said, JB, I want that machine in my office today. And I said to myself, in my mind, I said, over my dead body. You're not going to get the machine from me, man. So I called Rosie, who's my sponsor, right? I said, Rosie, this is an emergency. Please pick me up. I want to speak to the manager. Remember, my car is a junk car. I can drive that about 3 blocks. My car just keep, you know, smoke coming out. So then I spoke with Mr. Fukuda and I told him why I bought the machine. And you know what he said, guys? JB, I'm really, really sorry that your wife is suffering, that your wife is very sick. This is what I can do for you. This is what Enagic can do for you. Okay, we're gonna hold off your check. We're not gonna do anything. Your check, we'll just keep it. We're not gonna deposit it or anything like that. But I want you to keep the machine. And I know, and hopefully it will help your wife. Guys, that very moment, I never, never forget that moment. The compassion in this company is incredible. And I said, that's why I'm still here. That's why I said to myself, no way. This is the company that really cares for people. And I said to myself, okay, I'm good. All right, so that's how we started. And then after several months, I saw the result. So that's when my wife, we discussed about it. And I said, I'm going to do this. And I said, we are going to do this. And that's how we're going to do it. That's how it is. So we'll learn. Actually, just, you know, guys, most of you guys hearing from me, we are entrepreneurs, right? And did you know the meaning of business or entrepreneurs? Entrepreneurs are risk taker. And believe it or not, that's what the meaning is. Business is risk, and that's the meaning. You can look it up whenever you want to. So in my case that time, I said to myself, it's like I'm jumping over the cliff and putting my feathers together while I'm going down before I hit the ground. That's what I was just faith, and you know. So anyway, though, we got that, you know, and it's amazing, right? That was an amazing ride. So no brochure, no website, no materials at all, nothing. Just a machine right there in front of you. And then they send someone from Japan. His name is Mr. Miyagi. This is his true name, Mr. Miyagi. Also, when I mentioned Mr. Miyagi, they all said, oh, the Karate Kid. I said, no, that's his real name. He was the one who sent by Mr. Oshiro to do presentation for us because we don't know anything about it. So the first time I attended his presentation, I said to myself, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. They're not going to work. It's a long presentation just for product alone. It's about 2 hours just product only, you know. She brought some, a small rice cooker. You have tomatoes, onions. I said, okay, what's gonna do with this? You know what I'm saying? So we tried to figure it out, and I said, okay, all right. So I said, that's okay. So what I did is I just picked up some important points, and then I did my research, a little bit of research, and then I started doing it. So when I do demos before, after now I still do. When I do demo, I always bring my machine with me, install it, and then do a demo to the clients that I'm with, right? Because the Japanese before, or the Koreans, they show me, they just bring the, they just put the Kangen water in a black, black container, and that's how they do machine, how to do demo. But I said to myself, if I'm your customer, I'm not gonna. The one thing I'm asking, where does the water came from? Tell me. I just want to know it, But anyway, that's how we started, man. That was tough. That was tough. That's really, really tough because we live off on borrowed money. I borrowed money from everyone that I could borrow money. That's how it started. I mean, it was not an easy journey, but I said to myself, because me, I'm not really like a person that are like loud, like when I have something that I want to do it, I just keep it myself and I do it. I'm just I call it myself a silent worker. I just walk. And then what really drives me to pursue the Enagic business. Number one, as I've told you before, I mean, is number one is that their compassion, and that's a big part of me pursuing it. Because to me, I said to myself, I said, this is the only way we can give it back to Enagic. The compassion that they gave me, I'm gonna return it the way, So I just, just go in there and do a demo. Guys, every day I have to make sure that I have 3 appointments a day. 3 appointments a day. I just make sure within my area. When it's a little farther, like Las Vegas, I have to borrow my sponsor's car just to go to Las Vegas and to demo for my, prospects, right? And my sponsor, everything I borrowed money, gas, the car that I use, he makes a list of it. He makes a list, I said, fine, that's fine with me. And it's amazing. There was a one time we were in Las Vegas with my wife, because my wife always with me when we go out and do demos, right? And the referral that she gave me, my sponsor, Rosie, my friend, he said, "Hey, JB, don't worry," because she said that that you can stay with the house, just like an overnight thing. I said, "Okay, sure." I said, nice. That was 10 o'clock in the evening. We arrived in Las Vegas. We knocked on her door, buzzer, but never answer. Never answer the door. Good thing my wife has, jewelry that she carries, so we pawn it. See, in Las Vegas, it's 24 hours pawn shop. So we pawn her jewelry so we can stay at the hotel overnight. And there was also a point in time, right, that because we don't have that money, we don't have the capacity, we sold my car, my son's car. I mean, the car that my son has, he loves a car. That's his car. It's a beauty, right? We sold it because we don't have the money to pay our bills. She came home and said, "Dad, where's my car?" I said, "We sold it." And she was crying. He didn't even spoke for us for 2.5 years. Nothing. And I told him, "You'll understand once you go older." That's where we are before. A lot of people said, "Hey, JV, oh, you make it." No. You know what really drives in? Number one is the compassion of Enagic. Number two, I really hated where we are before. Borrowed money here and there. I mean, it's like you're going crazy, actually, right? Kind of. you know. But I said to myself, wow, there must be a way. There must be a solution on this, you know, predicament where we are right now. That's why I am, right? When I'm against the wall, I was against the wall at that time. When I'm against the wall, I'll find a way to climb over the wall. That's me. You know, I have to find a way. I'm gonna make a hole. I don't know, but that is me. That is my, you know, that is my quality. I think that's what they all say. Right? So it's not. It was not easy, guys. And I'm just telling you right now, it's not an easy journey. It's not. You can tell Sam, your leaders, we've been through it. You've been through it. I know. It is tough. So anyway, I just keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. Guys, 45 days, 3 demos a day. I never made a single sale. So 45 times 3, it's about what? About 120, 130 demos. I never made a single sale. And just think about it, all of those days, it's a borrowed money to buy a gas, to borrow a car. You know what I'm saying? That was tough, right? So then I realized, and then I sat down one early morning. Yeah, my favorite time of the day is like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's a dawn, and I said to myself, what it is really, what it is, why people don't believe on my mission, believe on what I'm saying to them, what I'm showing to them, right? So I realized I was after their money. I was chasing money because just to pay my bills, and that's what it is. I realized it. So I just switched my mind, like, okay, so I'm doing the wrong thing. It has to be mission first before commission, because what I'm doing before is like commission first and then mission. So it's otherwise. So I said, okay, so I think this is what it is. I think this is the solution for myself, right? So it said mission and then commission, mission, commission, mission. I keep saying myself, right? Guys, believe it or not, the following day, that's 46th day, I never forget that, I made my first sale. And I was so, oh my gosh, I was so happy. I was so elated. Even in Najik employees were happy. They were jumping up and down, man. Oh, JV, oh my God, you made it, man. You made it. They said, yeah, I know, I made it. Yeah, I made it. You know, I was so excited. So anyways, after a week and a half, there you go, Mr. Fukuda called. I said, JV, I got some bad news for you. Come on, Mr. Fukuda. I mean, you know, I did it. I made my first sale, and I'm so excited right now, you know. Well, you know, your customer just came in and returned the machine. I said, what? I was scared. I was scared when he told me that, because I already spent the money. I already spent money for paying my water bills, my electric bills, you know, and people I owe a little bit money, so I already paid it. So and I said to myself, oh my gosh, okay. So anyway, what I did, I called the customer and I asked him, why did you return the machine? I just want to know. You know what he said? JV, I surfed the web, I made my research. There are 30 models, I mean, different kinds of, you know, machine similar to your machine, a ionizing machine, and they're cheaper than what you have. Really? So I didn't even know that. That's I really didn't know. So I did my research. Wow, I found there are 40, not 30. They're all made from Korea. I said, oh my goodness. I did my research. Yeah. And then I look at when I do my research, I look at the certification, because to me, certification means a lot to a certain company, right? So none. And I said to myself, okay, this is not our competition, right? Let's move on. I told my wife, said, no, let's move on. We'll just do it. Just go, 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 go. Wow. So it's about, so guys, my question to you is, what do you have heard right now, just now? What would you do? If you did 120 demos, you make a single sale, and your first sale after that, 46 days after, a week and a half later, your first customer returned the machine. What are you going to do? Most of the people that I learned, they just quit. Some people, even like 2 weeks, they don't make a sale, they quit. Why? Why? Think about it. Because to me, in my opinion, they're after money. If a person is after the money and they don't get the amount that they really want to, then they quit. I know. I've been here for 16 years. I've been doing this business for 16 years. Okay? So for you out there, don't focus on money, because it will just, it will just create something in your mind that this business is not for you. And also, this business, if you are here for a quick money, this is not for you either. It's not going to happen. This is a real business. It's legal business. And we are focused on product. We're not focused on marketing, money. That's why you've seen that product, right? Health, financial, peace of mind. That's what Enagic is all about. Man, tenacity, perseverance, it's a combination of all of those. Combination of all those. It's not easy, but it's all up to you. It's like knowledge. A lot of people, I notice a lot of people, attend seminars, they read, read a lot of books about self-improvement, a lot of, see CDs and watch YouTube, which is really, really good. I mean, I'm not, because I love reading books, okay? And one of my favorite is, one of the Kiyosaki, that's one of the, good book that I really want to, Rich Dad and Poor Dad. And the thing is, we all have that capacity. That's what I've been thinking. It's just like we are, everybody right now, you know what electricity is, right? You know what electricity, right? So it's there waiting for us. So knowledge is the same thing. They always say, oh, knowledge is power. No, I don't believe in it. Knowledge is power unless you use it, because it's like electricity. It's running throughout your house. If you don't switch it on, it's not going to happen. Nothing works. It's not going to work, right? It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Believe me. So guys, my advice to you, just work on it, work on it, work on it. That's what I did. And my mind is always like, someone, somewhere, someone will see my vision, and I know it will come. I know it will come. So it's me, in my mind, it's always like, okay, someone will. And true, it happens, 2005, Jonathan Sombello, who is one of the Filipino guy who is now the top of the Philippines, showed up, and I didn't even know that much about him. He's just nodding acquaintances. He came in and he's like, whoa. He saw the same vision, the same mission that I have. And then the following year, Romy Verdera came in. And I said, wow, that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? So 2006, wow, that is the best year for me. I paid off every single personal loans, all the loans that I paid it off. That's the first thing I did. Just imagine, we are all suffering right now. most people are suffering right now. Why? Because most of the people right now is suffering from, they are becoming a prisoner of debt, so much debt, credit cards, right? So that's why they are really in that predicament. But I know most of the Enagic, distributors, man, like Samsia, I don't think Samsia is bothered about it. I'm just saying that, but I mean, financially, can't, Yeah, just today I got like 10 checks, I, this is, guys, if you are not doing anything about your business in Enagic, guys, you are sitting on a gold mine. You are sitting in a gold mine. Just do it, Put mission first. You want to help people. It's a purpose why you're doing it. The purpose is the most important thing. And it will keep you going and going and going. And I know, because I've been there. So, and people will say, oh, it's easy for you to see because you're up there. No, we started with 1A like everybody else. We didn't start with 6A. Hello. Right? No. This is like driving. I always say I was equated to like you're driving a stick shift in a car. You start with what? A first gear, right? First gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, until you reach that 6A kind of that's where it's like a cruise control kind, right? So if you really think about the way cars and what we're doing actually now, man, they're almost similar. They're almost similar. So anyways, the responsibility for us that really drives me also is your family's responsibility. If you're married, you have family, it's your responsibility to raise them. And that would make you really work on it, on the program, right? Because it's tough. I lied to my son and daughters before. When you go to a restaurant, you say, Dad, how come you don't eat? I said, no, I'm full. That's okay. You guys eat. Because I can't afford. I can't afford to pay for my own lunch or dinner. They always like them, okay, this yours. Okay. It's okay. I'm full. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. See those, oh my gosh. And we have a chance to help other people right there, right now, who are suffering. We have a chance. And what are the chance we have? We have to introduce this to them. We have to introduce the product to them. It will help them. Number one is health. It's always health, number one. Because no matter how rich you are, if your health is failing, you're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to enjoy your wealth. You're not going to enjoy whatever you have. Luxurious stuff. So health is the most important thing, and that's what Enagic is all about. That's what Enagic is all about, guys. Helping people out there. And that's our mission. That's our mission, to help people out there. Okay? So, and that is, guys, man, that is really powerful. And the best thing is when you do have money, capacity, it's easy for you to help other people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, like what's happening right now. So donating to a good cause, right? Giving money to a good cause, that makes you feel good, really good. I feel good about it. Feel good about it. If you help someone, you feel good about it, right? You do. I know. We're human. We're human. When you help somebody, you feel good about it. So this is all about it. This is about helping people out there. It's about helping people out there. So it's our mission, guys. It's our mission. You out there, all Enagic distributors, all my family, this is our mission to help people out there. Just imagine people are scared. What happen, going to happen in the future, maybe 2 months, 3 months from now. A lot of people don't know. They're apprehensive right now. They don't know. That's why even though in the LA they're kind of reopening some stores, you don't even see people out there. They're scared. Why are they scared? Because of the health, number one. They don't want to get sick, right? They don't want to get sick. That's where we come in. Help them out there. Introduce the product. And hey, although we can't promise anything about, being, because we are limited, our hands are tied. Our hands are tied, make health claims, but inside you that it will help them. And that's the most important thing, right? So, guys, use it. Really use it and practice. I know it's not easy, but all you have to do is go out there and go out there. Some people are shy about it. Hey, when I started, guys, I've been ridiculed. Even my sisters, my brothers, they laugh at me, right? They laugh at me. They don't believe me. I said, hey, why don't you go back to your work? You're an artist. You make good money. I said, no, you don't see what I saw. You don't see what I saw. They laugh at me. They laugh at us. Guys, come on, right? That's why a lot of people becomes, the ego come in. I'm not gonna give water. I mean, what do you think? You might think I am, I'm a water boy. I mean, it's a lowly thing that I'm gonna do this. No, I know. They'll see you as like, oh, this is a water boy. They laugh at you, man. I know. They laugh at me before. But who is laughing now? Right? So guys, just do it. Be there, focus on the mission, forget about the money, let the money chase you. Let the money chase you. And then you become where we are at right now, where Sam is, Cora, and all the top leaders. And they always say that if you're on the top, it's lonely on the top. I don't know where to say it. Why? Because a lot of people don't do it. A lot of people don't do it. They don't have that, bottom line, the perseverance that we all need to be on the top. To be on the top. I know different people has different meaning of success. So it depends what is the meaning of your success in your life. What it is. What is it? What is it? And that's a question number 2. The question that I want to ask you is, are you better off? Are you better off today than you were 10 years ago? Are you? Are you better off today than you were 10 years ago? If you're better, that's a question you have to ask yourself, really. Okay? Now, here's a wisdom that, guys. The word that I'm going to leave you is that there was a tourist who came to New York. Tourist came to New York, and he was asking people on the street. He said, hey, how can I go to Carnegie Hall? You know the Carnegie Hall in New York? Carnegie Hall is, wow. So when you're an artist, you're a musician, if you play in that, Carnegie Hall, you are, whoa, you're talking about the top, right? You're all the way to the top. You're the best. You know what I'm saying? That's what Carnegie Hall is. In fact, Carnegie Hall, he wrote a book, Dale Carnegie, the book that How to Win and Influence People. That's a good book to read also. And he can't find an answer. So he stopped, he hailed a cab and said, hey, I want to go to Carnegie Hall. How do I get to Carnegie Hall? Okay, and the driver looked at him and said, like, man, you got to practice. You got to practice and practice before you can go to Carnegie Hall. that's a wisdom I'm going to leave you guys. Practice. That's all it is. If you don't know how to do a demo, practice. And what you learn right now, you're reading books, whatever, just practice it. Do it. Because if you're not, your knowledge is not a power. It is not power at all. Knowledge becomes power when you use it. Don't rely on your sponsor. Your sponsor is just, you should thank your sponsor for introducing you to that. But he can guide you, he can mentor you, right? But he can be there with you. He's not a babysitter. He's not. And we work as a team. We work with the team. You don't work for anyone else but you. All right? So anyway, guys, I'll see you at the top. And I'm really glad I'll be part of your seminar today. I'm looking forward to more of these seminars. Right, Sam? Sam, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. What's the next thing? Sam. Hey, Sam.
Thank you, JB. Let's all give a big hand to JB. You know what a inspiring story. How many of you would have continued on after 45 days times 3 demos? That works out to be about 120 demos, and you get no sale. Many of you would have given up, right? So that's why I said, this business, I keep telling people, right? Doing the Kangen business is not easy, okay? But hang on, I'm not done yet. But I said doing the Kangen business is not easy. However, you must also ask yourself, is it easy to do any business at all?
Mm-hmm.
Doing any business, there's no business which is easy, okay? But if you have to compare the Kangen business to any other business, Kangen is a lot easier than many other businesses out there. How many of you agree with me on that? If you do, please type in yes on the chat box. Okay, that Kangen is not easy, but Kangen is a lot easier than many other businesses. Right? Okay. So JB, can we ask you some questions, JB?
Sure, of course.
Right. Did you share with us? You didn't share with us how long it took you to get to be a 6A distributor.
It took me about 1 year and 2 months to become 6A.
Right, 14 months to become a 6A. And
1 year and 2 months, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, so fantastic. So did you hear that, guys? Some people take 3 months to become a 6A.
Oh, here we have some people like 2.5.
Yeah, we have JB taking 14 months to become a 6A. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. We heard about you. We heard from you about tenacity, about perseverance. Now, if you were to advise any new guys who has just joined the Enagic business,
mm-hmm.
what other tips have you got to give to them?
Well, the first thing is that you have to ask the question for himself: what are they doing? Why are you doing with your business? Why are you here with Enagic? That's the most important thing they have to answer themselves. In my case, I said, I want to get out of debt. I want to pay off all my debt. I didn't even think about success. I was just like, I just want to get out of debt. I hated where I was before. I can't even afford to buy dinner, a decent dinner or lunch for my family. I hate that. So I said to me, I want to get out of that. Yeah, but I was not thinking of success. I just want to get out of that. Yeah.
So JB, you mentioned that you started the Enagic journey in the year 2004. So you've been in this business for 16 years. 16 years in this company. That speaks a lot about you. It speaks a lot about this business that you are in, right? I mean, a lot of people, right? They get into a network marketing business, all they do is they get in there for 1 or 2 years, or even maximum 3 to 4 years, and then the business just ended there, or the company just ended. And it's been here for the last 16 years. I've been in this company for the last 9 years. So this company is definitely a business, a company which is here to stay for the long run. Well, anyway, we just celebrated the 46th anniversary on Sunday, just 3 days ago. Right. Okay. So how about, did you ever practice sharing the Kangen water in your when you first started Kangen?
Oh, sharing water?
Yes.
Oh, so when I started, actually I was the one who started when doing a demo with my machine. I always bring my machine, and then I hooked it up at the my prospects, faucet before I do a demo. So I do demo with my machine hooked up there, right? So after my demo, they will say, "Hey, I want to sample of water," right? So I leave them water, whatever, usually like 5 gallons, because the machine is there already, But I don't deliver water though for them.
You don't
to try? No, because when I do a demo, it's the machine. I order the machine and I give them what we have right now. I fill it up because most people here, they have this 5 gallons where they have it delivered from their house. So what I ask them is to empty it out and place it with Kangen water. Yeah, that's what I do.
Right.
That's what I've been doing. Yeah.
Right. Guys, if any of you have any questions to ask, right, you can just type it in the chat box. But of course, I'll have to vet the questions to see whether it is relevant for me to ask JV. Okay, so please feel free to type in the questions. Okay, and how about a lot has changed a lot has changed in our world in the last 16 years. So, do you do any? What can we hear from you about social media and internet? How we can sort of leverage on this new things which has come into our lives in the last 16 years, JV?
Yeah, make a change. Right now, a lot of people that they think that economy is collapsing and stuff, but it's not. Economy is only just changing. It's changing the way we're marketing. Right now, people are into online businesses. A lot of people are buying dresses and stuff through online. So it's not really, it's collapsing, but you have to adapt what we have right now. What we have, what's in there. That's why we are doing Zoom now instead of actually going to places, right? Going to people's homes. But I still believe that one-on-one is still more effective. Yeah. I have a group in Seattle that just go out there and do a demo. Can you believe that? He just made 3 sales. 2 days ago, I said, "Hey, JP, so where do you?" I said, "No. I went to my prospect's house. Of course, we have to wear a mask."
They did the demo wearing the mask?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But yeah,
Right.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so it's up to whatever, because most of the time, right now, online is kind of, because right now there's so many fake, things are going right now. So now a lot of people don't rely on it. That's what I think. That's what my opinion is.
Right. I have a question here from Nolly. Nolly would like to ask you the question of after you sold your machine, after the first machine was returned, right? When did you sell your second machine?
Second machine?
Yeah.
Oh, because okay. So after a week, after that was returned, yeah. I made the same month, I made another sale.
Okay, great. I got another question here.
Now,
your first sale, which where the customer returned the machine to the company,
yes,
right? Did you manage to change his mind to to stay with the Kangen machine, or did he actually return the machine and didn't go through
No.
the sale?
Oh, he returned the machine, and the reason is the price. It's cheaper
I know,
compared to
but
Enagic machine. Yes.
so he didn't buy the Kangen machine at all after that.
After that, no.
Did you? Okay, right, okay, right. So there's some more questions here.
Okay.
Right. So the question here, I've got some question here. I'd like to, I'm just selecting what question that's appropriate to answer. Okay.
Okay.
So how do you get people to do the business?
What I did was, before they always talk about business, right? But then I found out that most people, most of my clients are 8 to 5. They are employees. You know, they work from 8 to 5, right? So when I talk about business, you know, you say, JB, I'm not good at it. I'm not good at what you're doing. I can do what you're doing. So I changed my vocabulary. Actually, that's why we changed that one. I mean, I think I was responsible for that. So I tell the customer, said, hey, you know, we are in referral business. I don't talk about business. I just like, we are now in referral. If you refer a person, if someone buys, then, you know, the company will give you a referral check. But I don't think about that's going to be a business. It's just referral, because that's what I found out when they say, hey, if you can refer me to your friend who loves this, oh yeah, I could. How many you need? You know, just make a list. They fill up a list, you know, because they're happy with the product. Oh my God, yeah, it's fast. They just like, okay. So, oh no, I said, I'll call them. You call them that I'm calling them, you know, and that is really fast, because they thought they're not doing a business, right? They are just referring people. Then when the check comes in, they said, oh, JB, I have a check. Oh, that's a referral check. You know, that's a referral check from the company. Wow. And then now they start referring more people. Then that's when I came in to talk about the business part of it. Because most people are not in business. They're not entrepreneur. Yeah. So, but once they tasted two, three checks, that makes a difference.
Right. That's a very important point. I'd like to elaborate on that. You know, the thing is, when you have a prospect, right, who feel that he cannot sell, but he has the context, right? Either he don't have the capability to sell, or he just don't he don't have the mindset to want to be selling, but he has context, he has friends. Okay, so that is a gold mine, and if you can, for us, right, for many of us, we run out of leads, but your customers or your prospects, if you can get them to be a source of prospects for you, all right, and that's going to be so powerful, right? So imagine, you know, some people they're just not into selling, right? But they can lead you to people who can sell, and that is really, 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 really massive. Just for one example, right? Let's say you speak to somebody who's not able to sell, but he can lead you to one guy who can go on to become a 6A distributor. Right. Can you imagine how valuable that this person who is not into selling, right, can lead you to somebody, and who can lead to 100 sales? And how many of you have experienced that? Can you please just type in the chat box that I have experience finding a 6A as my indirect? Okay, I'm sure there's yeah. Cool. Okay, so there's many ways of doing this business, and the thing is, you want to sort of you have to really go for it. Okay.
And this is what, Sam?
Yeah. Yes, go on.
Usually people, when you say like refers it, no, I don't have friends, right? You know, they always say that. I don't have that much. I said, okay, let's say your daughter or your son is having a birthday. How many can you invite? Believe me, they have like 50 people they can invite. Say, those are the people. What you can invite on big parties, that's your people. You can refer to them. You don't judge people. Maybe you can say, oh, maybe they don't have the money to buy. I said, no, 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 no. You don't know their capacity. They don't know what they need. So don't prejudge people. Don't prejudge
Right.
people.
Okay, I got a question here from one of the distributors. So, JB, what is the number one mistake that any distributor should avoid as a distributor? What is the number one mistake?
Number one mistake. Huh. That's a tough question.
Because there are many mistakes, right?
There are many mistakes you made. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, maybe
One
perhaps.
thing I would think right now is they talk about the machine. They talk about the details of the machine. Oh, our machine, blah blah blah. Da, 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 da. You should ask questions. You should tell your story, the benefit. You don't tell about machine. Yeah.
Yeah,
A
you
lot of
don't
people
talk
are
about
excited
any.
about the technicalities. You don't even talk about it. People are not into that. Talk to them. Oh, there you go, Sam. Story. Develop your
Story.
story. Story sells. Your story will sell, just like mine. I tell stories every time. This is how it is. And he said, "Oh, really? What is that?" You know. So don't talk about the machine that it produces this and that, 2.5. Tell your story. Why are you involved in this? Why? Yeah, develop your story. There you go. Thank you, Sam.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's just
So there's another guy here who posed a question. Right? He recently lost a customer because the customer ended up buying a cheaper machine.
yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So what is your response to that?
Just like mine. That's what happened. Said cheap,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my gosh, it's cheaper. I said okay. I said, and they asked me, so I said to myself, please just keep my credit card. Please keep my card because in 6 months' time you'll call me again.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's
That's what I
true.
always say. I'm not
You
gonna
will
no.
get.
Yeah. I know that in
Yes.
6 months, 7 months you'll call me because that machine doesn't work anymore.
Yes. You will. You are bound to lose some customers who go for cheaper machines. I mean, that's going to happen, right? But don't rule the possibility of him coming
No,
back to you
no,
because
yeah.
there are many cases of people who go on for a cheaper machine, all right, and then subsequently come back to buy
Of
the
course.
Kangen machine because many of
I
those
have
machines they stop working after 6 months or
it
after 1 year.
happened to me many times. They come back and
Yes,
buy the machine. I said, okay. And I don't even,
right.
mention about what happened. But anyway.
Okay, there's a question here saying that yeah, our machine is too expensive, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to do you have a response
Yeah,
for that?
I mean, we encountered that. I encountered many times. Said, oh, your machine is too expensive. I know it's expensive. You have to accept. I accepted it. I said, of course, our machine is expensive, very expensive. I mean, tell me it's expensive. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's cheap. It is expensive. I tell them that. And I usually compare it to the cars. That's what I said. He said, you know what? There are so many cars, brand of cars out there, right? Even TVs, so many out there. But what's the difference between Kia and Mercedes-Benz? What is the difference? Tell me. Why is Mercedes-Benz so expensive compared to this car? And they are both cars. They can run, go to A and B. So what's the difference? Quality. Exactly.
Quality.
That's what it is. You answer it yourself. It's a quality.
Right. Okay. So okay, we have another question here from one of the distributors. What is the better strategy, to go wide or to go deep to
Go
achieve
deep.
your rank?
Go deep.
Go deep.
Yeah. See, the thing is, it's a universal thing. It's nature's thing. When you plant whatever you plant, right? You have to develop the roots first, right? You have to develop the roots before you can grow bigger. So you go deep, and that's your root. Once you have that foundation, and then you grow, and then you grow. Uh-huh. That's what I
Right.
did.
Okay.
You know, I built deep. I built deep when I was a two. I mean, I was a 6'8" I started really building deep, deep. I'm helping people below me because I know that's where my foundation is, the root. So a
Right.
lot of
Right.
people want to go wide. Why? Because they are focused on money. Oh yeah, I'm a 6A. I'll be making 1,700, 1,700. Okay, up to there, nothing happens, right? But if you go deep, that's when you want. That's what you want, really, is to build deep.
Okay. So, okay, Zahid Saleh shared a very important a point here. If you don't have
Okay.
your own story, tell your upline story or your friend's stories about Kangen. So
You can.
leverage on other people.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Yes. Yes. You can leverage other people. Yeah.
Right. JB, do you have any children?
What?
Do you have any children? Any children?
Oh yeah, I have two. They're big now.
Right. Are they in the Kangen business?
They are drinking, but they're not in the business.
Right. Okay.
They are my
All right.
employees. Some, they're my
Ah,
employees.
okay. And it's not. It's
But
not.
eventually they'll be, of course, eventually.
Right. Right. Okay.
Because you know, to me, Sam, it's hard for me to manage like 2 or 3, you know. So I only have one actually, kind of.
Okay.
I have two before, but I can't even, you know, I always manage on my main, you know.
So
my
JB,
main, yeah.
JB, I'm always inspired, you know, when you tell your story, and you know, I heard your story many times, and I like Zahid, like you say, right? I always use a JB story. All right. So guys, so y'all must take note of this JB story. 45 days, 3 demos a day, and that's when they get your first sale. All right. So I would like to also share a mantra, a new mantra that I picked up from one of my leaders in India. His secret recipe for success in the Kangen business is SD501. Remember, SD501, we have a machine with that model name, right? SD501. What does it? It is an acronym. It is acronym for saying, show demo to 501 people.
There you go.
How many people like that?
That's nice.
501 people. You can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. All right. You will get some. You'll get at least a few. You'll get at least a few 6A below you from that 501 demos.
Right.
Okay. And
That's
many of us
nice.
don't do that.
Who's this guy?
SD501.
Yeah.
Yeah. SD501.
Sam, can I ask JB one question?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, JB, I know that you have done 100 over demos, then you close your first sales, right? But I think there's something that happened. Did you share that? It was not just about doing demos. It was you were telling this story. Say after all the failed demos, 1.5 months, you actually come back to review, evaluate. Yes. So can you share with us what happened?
Well, what I did is like, you know, assess myself. What's going on? You know, how come they don't believe my story? They don't believe on the water itself. Now, when we do a demo, the first, of course, your customer, you start with your relatives, right? Your friends. You call it warm market, right? So that's when I just sat down and said, what is really going on? How come they don't believe what I was telling them? It's a story, that, right? So that's when I realized that those people, those are relatives, those are your friends, they are associates, right? They really love you. That's why I said to myself, they love you, but they don't believe you. Why they don't believe you? because they can see that I'm struggling financially. They saw my card is like a car, you know. Oh, he wants my money, and that's what he is after, you know. So that's why when I sat down and thought and really think about it, I said, it's the money that is what is that's what the problem in my mind is. So I was after the money. So that's when I changed it. You know, I said mission first before commission. I was there to help. That's all it is. That's why when I make when I make my appointments, I always say, hey, this is where my friend said, hey, you know, there's no commitment. Just give me 30 minutes of your time. Make sure your husband is there. That's all it is. I'm not gonna force you anything. There's no commitment. Just give me 30 minutes of your time. That's my entrance all the time. And he said, okay, fine. I said, yeah, it's a commitment. I said, I'm not gonna force any sale. I'm not gonna force anything from you. Just show me, give me a time to do a demo. And they're very open to that. I said, okay, all right, that's fine. So it's not really intruding, but it's like, you know, it's your friend, you know them, right? So it works for me. It always works for me. I said, hey man, it's 30 minutes, it's okay, right? 30 minutes. Yeah, that's what it did. But usually it comes out to 1 hour, 2.5 once you start a demo. Yeah, that's a good question.
The other thing about doing so many demos is that, you know, when you first started doing your first few demos, right, you will probably be making a lot of mistakes. And over time, you know, and when you get to do more than 10 demos, more than 20 demos, by the time you do 100 demos, you're getting it to be so very good that you know, they can close their eyes and do your demo. So you can't go wrong showing demos of 500 people. No. It is inevitable, your success in this business, right? I'm very certain after doing 501 demos, you will be getting at least a few 6As below you out of those demos. All right. Now, there's one more question that perhaps you would like to address.
I just add something you just said about demo. So, you know, when you do a demo, okay, when you do a demo, you'll never make mistake. That's what I'm saying. That never make mistake, because the person that is your prospect didn't know anything about it. So don't worry about it. Never. You never make a mistake. That's what I'm saying. You know, never.
Right. Okay. That's a question that I would like to address, which was posed by one of the person in the group, which is, our machine is expensive because a lot of customers have this idea that our machine is expensive because of the high commissions which is being paid out.
Right.
Okay. So would you like to answer that, JV?
Okay. So yes, of course. You know, that's what I did. You know, we did a Zoom yesterday. In Canada's group, it's still global. We still started with Kang Ginjo. So a lot of question is same thing that you have right now. You know, how come it's expensive? Because a lot of people didn't know what's going on actually. Okay, so here it is. In any businesses, let's say for example, Nike shoes. Okay, let's say Nike shoes, right? So Nike shoes is a company right here, Nike shoes, right? And in Nike shoes, there's a manufacturing company that manufactures Nike shoes, correct? So of course they make money out of that. You know, it's a business. Then the next part of it is what we call wholesaler. So the wholesaler, that's where all the shoes goes to the wholesaler. Of course, it's a business, so they have to make money out of it. They make profit also, right? Because they have to deal with, you know, workers and employees and there. Then the wholesaler, it goes to the jobber. A jobber is the one who finds a specific area where to sell the shoes. Of course, it's also a business, so they have to make a profit. Follow me so far. Then jobber will find retailers, let's say Macy's, whatever it is, you know, I don't know what store you have there, maybe Nordstrom, whatever, right? So it's a retailer. So retailer has to make what? a profit, of course, right? And then it's sold to the retailer, which is consumer, that is us, right? Consumer. So did you know how much Nike shoes cost to manufacture? That little shoes they have is $5. You can do your research. It's $5. By the time it goes to Nordstrom, it's $100, $200. Why? Because of the profit that goes on that one. And advertising is the most expensive of all, in terms of companies, 75% of the budget goes to advertising. You see, Michael Jordan said, "Hi, I'm Michael Jordan." How much they pay Michael Jordan? Millions of that. Where do you get that? Of course. Now, in terms of Enagic is the manufacturing company. It's their own. It's not, it's their own. So the profit, the wholesaler, the jobber, the retailer, right, supposed to give it to them, and the advertising, they give it to us. That's why we have that. We got that. I mean, that's powerful. That is really powerful. But most consumers didn't realize that. Didn't realize that. So they said, "Oh, that's so expensive." No, it's not expensive. That's how it is. But they give it to us because we are that. We are the advertiser actually, right? So that's the explanation about people expensive.
All right, then.
And also I told him. Also I added. I said, "Okay, you know where Mercedes-Benz is manufactured? In Germany. Can you buy directly to Mercedes-Benz?" No, exactly. You have to go to a car dealership to buy that certain car. Why? Because that's how it is.
All right. Okay, JB, we have come to the end of our meeting now. So thank you so much once again for being here with us. We really appreciate you, your wisdom, your experiences, and your story is one of the most inspiring that many of us can use. So take note of that. 45 days of 3 demos a day to get his first sale, and he got the first sale, which was after that returned by the customer. So amazing story. Thank you so much. Let's all to JB. Okay.
Sam, that's why I was invited. Remember my first talk in Malaysia, right? I was invited in India because, hey, JB, I want the India people to hear your story. I said, of course, I'll be there.
Yes, that's right. So, all right. So I just want to spend a minute to talk about next week's speaker. We will be having a 682 disputer from Malaysia, from Kuala Lumpur, Mr. Nicholas Tan next week. So come in and listen to Nicholas. That guy is full of energy. Nicholas is always a fun person to hang around with. So with that,
send it to me, Sam.
I certainly will.
Please,
Okay, just for those people who are here. So our meeting starts. Okay, I think you all know. And so we will see you tomorrow. So let's all put on your big smile. I'm gonna take a photo here now for the first 2 pages. Smile, everybody.
Bye.
Okay, go to the next page. All right.
All right.
Okay, on the page. Yep.
Yay.
Okay, page. A lot of people. Okay, some of them are not showing up.
Why?
Okay, I'm now going to allow everybody to be able to unmute themselves and say their highs and buys. Okay, 1 second. Allow participants to unmute themselves. All right, you can unmute yourself.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you,
and Sam.
for
Thank
this
you.
amazing
Good night,
session.
everyone.
So much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless the Canadian Father.
Bye, JB.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
JB.
Sam, thank you so much, Sam.
Bye.
Thank you,
to
Sam.
you.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you, all my family.
Bye, Sam.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna be ending the meeting right now. Okay. Take care, guys. Everybody.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Sam.
Bye.
Bye.